Well, my next guest is one of the most viewed women on the internet with over 8 million followers on YouTube.
Lindsey Stirling is a violinist with a difference, bringing electro and classical music together. After appearing on America's Got Talent, she launched her own YouTube channel where her videos have been viewed more than 1 billion times. She's now released a new album, Brave Enough, which is out now.
Yeah, and she's here now. Lindsey Stirling, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I can't get over it. 8 million views on YouTube and over 1 billion views online.
Yeah, it's, you know, it is, when you say something like 1 billion views, that's
8 million followers.
Oh.
Yeah, and over 1 billion views online, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big number. It's kind of hard to even fathom, you know, what that even means, and, you know...
And where they all are.
Where they all are.
Where they all live.
Where they come from. And that's one thing I love about touring is as I go to different places, I get to see the faces of those numbers, and suddenly it hits me like, wow, each number is a person, and that's crazy.
Do you know what? You have such a unique style as well, and this is what's captivated people, I think, because one, you play the violin, and two, you perform whilst you're doing it, which is quite intoxicating, actually, just watching you there in that lovely snowscape. How do you do that? Because I would have trouble concentrating on one thing, never mind moving my feet and my arms and everything else.
Yeah, you know, it's been such a task. I mean, I've been a violinist since I was, 6 years old is when I started playing. But when I was in my 20s, I just kind of got a little burnt out, and I thought, I want to make the violin visual. I want to make it exciting. I think visually, and I wanted to express myself visually as well. And so I started to teach myself how to dance. And, you know, it's amazing how far it's taken me.
You took yourself to dance, propelled by the music, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Amazing. And we know you got this from America's Got Talent. You didn't win the show, and that has been actually a blessing, I think, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, you know, it's interesting. When I was on the show, all I could think about was wanting, I want to win so bad. I wanted more than anything to share my art, and I got kicked off the show in kind of a pretty hurtful way, and the very harsh criticism, and I even considered, do I want to give up? But now looking back at it, I wasn't ready to give up. Something inside me propelled me forward, and yeah, I'm so glad I didn't win the show, because I've been able to do my career on my own terms, and through social media, it's amazing that all the tools are there for someone to make themselves into what they want to be.
Yeah, so it actually was a blessing that you didn't win, and it must be quite satisfying for you to see what you've achieved since.
You know, it's truly been amazing, and it makes me so grateful. People are like, did you ever expect to be here? And it's like 100% no. I remember when I first started to be able to, I quit my job and I was barely making it as a musician, and I was like, this is the life. And I thought I'd made it then, and it's just been incredible that I get to share my music. I'm here in London, and I get to share my music with people, and it's an incredible feeling.
And you can't, your family, they weren't well off, were they? And I think that is a good thing, because it makes you have to get out there and do things, doesn't it? Because I know when you had violin lessons, your parents could only pay for half a lesson, couldn't they?
Yes, when I was a kid, I only got 15-minute lessons because, and no teacher would teach me at first, because they're like, no child will learn with only 15-minute lessons. And, thankfully we found someone that was willing to do it. And my parents sacrificed so much for me to be able to take a violin lesson and to buy my little violin. Yeah. And it made me realize that if I wanted to keep those lessons, I had to work for it. I had to practice. And I think that's what made me so invested in the beginning and all the way up through till now.
Yeah, and I think you will always appreciate what you have now because of that, won't you?
Absolutely. The sacrifice of a parent makes you realize, one, how much they love you, and they've been supportive of me, from day one in pursuing a very crazy, unrealistic, dream that dancing violin didn't really exist, but they've supported me through it, and,
and now they can see you performing with the gorgeous John Legend.
Yes.
And that beautiful song, All of Me. Wow.
Oh, I love it. I love John Legend's music. That was a dream come true to be able to work with him.
I was going to say that, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. What were you thinking when you were there with him in the room?
I was so nervous. You know, I love to, you know, kind of direct in my own videos and plan them. And so I had planned and I was directing that video. And I remember being so nervous once he arrived. I was like, what if something goes wrong? It's all on me. I can't just call John Legend and be like, hey, can you come back tomorrow, actually? But it was great. It was kind of an unreal moment. And yeah, even watching it right now, I'm like, oh my gosh, I did that. That's cool.
You're a pro now. You're a pro now.
Oh,
you don't make
you.
mistakes, Lindsey.
Oh,
thank you
you.
very much for coming in. Lovely to see you. And Lindsey's album, Brave Enough, is out now. Thanks very much.
Thank you.